the expert. Here to answer your questions live on the air is Dr. Sonal Haerter with Dignity Health. Okay, so first one coming from Kyra in Phoenix. With the rising cost of healthcare in the States, have you seen a rise in patients transitioning from Western medicine to Eastern or traditional alternative medicine, Doc?
So I think, Rachel, this is a result of the whole networking. We have social media. We have so many people actually giving medical education on so many different platforms. And the world is a smaller place because of internet and social media. So people are looking at, alternative medicine, other ways of actually taking care of medical conditions.
Sure.
And I think it's a double-edged sword because it really depends on where you're getting your information, who you're listening to. So I think I attribute more to that than,
and
I'm sure the healthcare costs are rising, which is a problem for sure.
Sure.
But I think just the fact that we have so much information out there, so many people are talking about different ways of addressing medicine.
Turning more to home remedies and the social media, like you said, like WebMD was like the OG of social media medical advice.
There are doctors on social media now that are actually educating audience or viewers on medical conditions. You know?
We'll see. And telehealth taking a big step forward as we saw during the pandemic. So Jade from Cave Creek asking, how often should you do at home dermaplaning? I think we've seen a lot of those videos circulating too.
Sure. Jade, that's a good question, but really depends on your skin type. So if you're very dry, no more than once every 4 weeks, but about 1 to 4 weeks, one time.
Okay.
And not every day, not every week, but about 1 to 4 weeks, I think is a good frequency.
Give your skin a little break in between, especially if it's dry.
Exfoliation with a blade, so you just have to be careful.
Tends to get more oily too if you probably overcorrect. Okay, Sharon from Cave Creek, what is the difference between regular collagen powder and marine collagen?
Oh, that's a good question. So regular collagen powder is actually derived from cattle or bovine resources.
Okay.
And marine, as it says marine, it's actually derived from skin and scales of cod or snapper. So it really depends on your dietary preferences. So if you're a pescatarian, I would say go for marine collagen.
Sure, contains fish.
Exactly.
Okay.
But if you do not have that problem, then I think they both are very similar.
Okay, and I know last week we talked about bovine colostrum being good for gut health, but that was really kind of it. So we'll move on from that. Karen from Phoenix says, my hair is thinning. What can I do to slow down or stop the problem? I know a lot of people had, the COVID hair had that effect too. So I wonder.
So I think, Karen, it's very important to actually know why there is hair loss. So there are some metabolic conditions like thyroid or anemia. Stress can do that as well. So it's important to actually know the cause of your hair loss. But also certain things like hairstyle, high ponytails or very tight hairstyles can actually cause hair loss. Certain hair products may not be good for your scalp. So I would say definitely check with your primary care doctor, do your basic labs, and that's where you first address that. If there's a vitamin or mineral deficiency, and replacing those are some of the options.
Blood work is so huge and a big tell in what you might be missing. That's great advice. Okay, and finally, I think Jamie from Phoenix, does drinking celery juice every morning help prevent aging? Oh, well, does it?
Jamie, unfortunately, we do not have scientific evidence to, back this up. There are so many claims about celery juice and weight loss as well. But I always say this, celery juice is not bad for your health, but we don't have data that supports, this particular claim or even weight loss. If you are substituting a sugary beverage with celery juice, that might be a good option. Yes, but we can't really back this up.
I can't have celery without ranch. But that's a great question. I love it. Dr. Sonal Haerter with Dignity Health. Thank you so much for being in studio.